Thursday morning functional movement, a bit of breath work and a little bit of qigong flow to finish our practice off this morning to get us prepared for the day. But we'll start as always with some mobilization. We're going to work on the spine, really focus on energizing the spine, freeing up the spine, our spine health. I was watching a colleague of mine who I haven't seen for a while actually, Michelle Muldoon, who was one of the original Chi running instructors, and she now teaches nutritional movement, restorative exercise, and she was doing some fantastic rolls and things working on her spine. So feet shoulder width apart, a little bit of softness in the knees. Let's start with knocking. Now really focus on lengthening up the spine. Visualize each of the vertebrae almost like separating, lengthening up, and then rotating around each other. Shoulders are relaxed. Upper back relaxed. Just letting the elbows bend. And then you're tapping on the back of the body. In qigong, this area is the door of life. You're where your original energy from the time you were conceived, all that original energy is stored behind the belly button, where the original umbilical cord would be feeding the nutrients and the oxygen into you. And tapping across the belly. And our breath is just easy, soft, effortless. And then we'll gradually slow it down, just slowing it down into water waves. Still paying attention to that strong spine rotating. Strong connection through the feet to the ground. And then slow it down. Slow it down. Take your feet a little bit wider apart and hips back, and just rest gently on the thighs. So I'm not putting all the weight on the thighs, I'm just resting gently on the thighs. Go a little bit wider, so you're most probably about shoulder and a half width apart. And then we're just going to rotate the spine and just look behind over one shoulder. And then you're using that opposite arm just to put a little bit of pressure, so you can actually almost like give yourself a little bit of a push to rotate round. Again, like with everything, we're not forcing things here. So it's not thinking of stretching and straining. And then back to center. And then the same, so if I'm mirroring you, I'm using my left, or you're using your left arm to help. And then just look behind. And then back to center. And right. And back to center. If you just check me from the side, you'll see that I've got a nice, strong, long back. So I'm not rounded like this. So we're just really working there a little bit more of that thoracic spine, that upper back. Again, I'm not straining. And back to center. Hips are staying pretty stable. back to center. And if it's comfortable, just going with the breath, so you can breathe in as you're coming back to center and then breathe out. And back to center. And you can breathe out through the nose, or if you want just a little bit more control, just gently, a bit like a candle's breath, out through the mouth. Back to center. Let's do one more each side. Feels good for me. I hope that feels good for you. It's nice and opened up that upper back a little bit more. Come up to standing. Just bring your feet a little bit closer together. And then arms up. Connecting palm to palm. So you're connecting palm to palm. That little bit of a side bend. Side bend. Let's do a couple more. Side bend. Side bend. Back down. And then again, crossing the other arm in front this time. Gently pressing the palms together. See if you can connect and press those palms together. Again, no strain. Breathing easy. Back down. As the arms are coming up, you almost lengthen the spine up with the arms. The shoulders stay relaxed. Shoulders are down. A little bit of bend in the elbows. Making sure that you're not hiking the shoulders up. And back down. Breath in. All of these movements, you're in control all the way through these movements. You can stop any point. If anything hurts, then you obviously you can just stop. It's not about forcing, trying too hard. And back down. Into spinal cord breathing. Looking up. Again, keeping this nice and gentle and smooth. Tucking the pelvis, tucking the chin. Breath in. And breath out. On the next breath in, we'll just do rotate to one side. So rotate, and breath in, and then we'll breathe out down the center line, and then rotate to the other side. And breath out, and then just one more each side. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and breath out, and take a rest there. Give yourself a little bit of a shake if you need a shake. Straight but not locked. This will give you that nice lengthening of the calf and the hamstrings as you circle round. Hips forwards a little bit as we come forwards. Open up the chest a little bit as we come forwards. If you don't know what to do with your arms, you can pop your hands on the hips. And then we'll go in the other direction. And then take a rest there. And let's see who remembers our arm spiral. So arm out, hips lead. So we're doing exactly the same as what we've just done with the hips, but our arm and upper body are following. So out to the side, back, side, and then overhead. And again, side. Hips are leading from the center. That's good spirals going. So imagine you've got a teacup on your hand, on your palm, and you can't spill that or drop it. Let's do one more this side. Back to the start position, and then we swap sides. So palm out, elbow bent, hip leads, hips lead. Open up that chest at the front. Just breathing comfortably. One continuous movement. One side may feel slightly different to the other, slightly easier or slightly less coordinated. Let's do one more on this side. And back to start. Just shake out the hands a little bit. Let's do the wide hips. We haven't done this for a while. So go as wide as you can comfortably. Turn your feet out as far as you can comfortably, making sure that you open up the thighs here. The key is that the knee is not dropping in, so it's in line with those middle toes. So really open up the groin area there without strain, obviously. Sit into it a little bit, so it's like you're sitting on a horse, and then you just do those tiny sacrum circles. So really getting deep into the inner hips there. And you're doing that tilt of the pelvis a little bit, but very micro movements, small movements. Keeping the feet nice and strong and connected to the ground. And just checking in with the feet, making sure that you've got weight in the heels, obviously, but also that the bubbling spring, the ball of the foot is connected to the ground, not too much pressure through the ball of the foot. But also if you think about spreading the toes a little bit and just maybe that outside little toe area, making sure that that is connected as well, sort of like just on the outside edge of the foot. If you haven't swapped directions, change direction. This is a good one always to remember to come back to. And then take a rest there. Straighten the legs and then get out of that safely. Just rotate in, heels in, so let's get some nice rotation coming in and then just step up. Give the legs a little bit of a shake and then we'll do our balance and leg swing. So we're stabilizing and then really free up that swing leg. Balance, free up that swing leg, balance. Balance. Nice and strong through the spine, strong through that standing leg, standing up straight on that standing leg. And just softly landing, so you're not crashing down onto the ground, you're just softly landing. Couple more. Getting some nice creaks and crunches there and then shake out. And let's just shake the whole body out. So whatever you need, just a gentle shake may feel good, or you might want a little bit more of a powerful shake. You can tap the heels into the ground. The other thing, when you're shaking, just focus on the breath in and out through the nose and notice how, you can hear it in my voice, is that the breath, you're almost like shaking the breath a little bit, shaking the diaphragm a little bit, which is quite nice. And then you might just want to take a fuller breath in through the nose. And maybe just get that sort of like panting without overdoing it, without forcing it, but just breath in. And let's do one more. Breath in. And then slowing it down, standing tall, opening the shoulders. Just letting the breath settle now, easy in and out through the nose. Feeling the tingling sensations, blood flow, energy flow. And then stepping out into that shoulder width apart, softening the knees. Let's do some nice flow movements now. So opening the flow, arms flow up and down. Breath in. And breath out. Spine extends, body expands, and then softens. Perhaps that subtle weight shift towards the heels as you expand, and then back towards the ball of the foot as you soften. So always a full body movement. Let's go alternate arms. And then back to both arms. Expanding and softening, contracting. Spine wave. And then just taking a rest for a moment. And then into the next move, just bringing the palms up facing the ground, shoulders relaxed, soaring crane. We'll do the 4 directions. So breath in, breath out, in, out. Going at your own comfortable pace so that the breathing is light, soft, it's easy, smooth and rhythmical. Expanding. And then just taking a moment there. And then just going into some tigers. So keep them as soft and as easy and as effortless as the past 2 flows. Just going to a comfortable depth, coming up through the heels. And breathing is just soft, in and out through the nose. One more. Taking a little rest there. Pulling down the heavens. Shoulders down, elbows soft. Not overreaching as well. It's quite tempting to go, oh, let me reach as high as I can, but just keep the shoulders down, keep grounded, keep centered. Bringing the hands together, resting on the lower dantian, feet together. If it feels comfortable and safe to do so, just closing your eyes for a few moments. And just letting your body naturally rock and sway without judgment, just noticing. And now in your own time, just slightly fuller breath in and opening your eyes if you had your eyes closed at the top of that breath, stepping out, giving yourself a little brush down. Having a little extra stretch if you need that extra movement. And we will finish there. I've been playing around, when you're doing that shaking, I've just been playing around a little bit more with that because we use that quite as an active breath, and a lot of the breath work uses that to create a deliberate stress, but actually you can do it with the shaking as well. So just have a little explore with that and see how that works for you. We've done it quite actively when we've done like the breath of fire. So you can actually use that shake to activate that sort of diaphragmatic panting breath. Brilliant. If anybody's around in London at the weekend, I'm going to be at the Health Optimization Summit in Islington. So if you are coming to that, I'll be there. I'm helping out Panayotis or Keto on Track, who we are doing the September retreat together. So I'll be on his stand with my Oxygen Advantage t-shirt on because Patrick's there too. So if you're in London and you can get along to that, I'll hopefully see you there. Also at the weekend, I'm doing my 3-week course. Again, that Oxygen Advantage course is starting. I know most of you have done that now. If you haven't, you can jump on that. If you have done it, recommend it to a friend and get some friends to join that course as well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for attention. And if I don't see you at the weekend, I'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.